All right, let's talk about a choice every single homeowner has to make. When something breaks, do you just call for a quick fix, or do you actually have a true partner for your home? Today, we're going to use one company's approach as a case study to see what that difference really looks like. So let's start with a feeling we all know and absolutely dread, that moment of crisis. You step into the shower, and bam, you get that shock of ice-cold water. Like this quote says, it's a total nightmare. And honestly, the decision you make in that moment of panic, it can make all the difference. And that really gets to the heart of it, right? Are you just calling a repairman to slap a patch on the problem? Or are you calling a partner who's actually invested in the long-term health of your home? Let's break down what that difference really means.
You see, a home emergency is so much more than just an inconvenience. It's a test. It's that moment when all the marketing slogans and promises meet cold, hard reality. And that's when you find out a company's true philosophy. Are they just there for a quick transaction, or are they in it for the long haul?
So what in the world is a home partner? Well, think of it like this. It's the difference between a random walk-in clinic and your family doctor. One just treats the immediate symptom, but the other one, they understand your entire system's health. It's a huge shift from just fixing what's broken to actually improving your home's overall efficiency and, honestly, your peace of mind. So what's one of the key ingredients to becoming that partner? It's being local. And as we're about to see, that local advantage goes way, way beyond just having a shorter drive to your house. This slide really lays out the two choices we all face. On one side, you've got the huge national chain. Sure, they have scale, but they can feel impersonal and totally disconnected from local needs. But on the other side, you have a trusted local expert whose real value comes from a deep, practical understanding of the unique challenges in your specific town. And this is where that local knowledge becomes a huge, tangible benefit. Knowing Sacramento's climate means they recommend the right HVAC. Understanding the local water, which is notoriously hard, by the way, means they know why sediment builds up, kills efficiency, and just destroys water heaters. So they can recommend a unit that's actually going to last. See? This isn't just service. It's tailored expertise that prevents future problems. This quote right here gets to the very heart of that local advantage. It's about accountability. A local company's reputation is built street by street, and their employees are your neighbors. That creates a totally different kind of relationship than just being another account number in some national database. Now, this idea builds into a much bigger philosophy, one that goes way beyond the quick fix. It's not just about what the technician does with their tools, but it's also about what knowledge they leave behind with you, empowering you as the homeowner. So this approach is really built on three pillars. First, providing lasting solutions, which means they fix the root cause, not just the symptom. Second, they actually educate you about your own systems, giving you the power to spot issues early. And the result of those two things is the third pillar. You naturally extend the life of your expensive equipment, which saves you a ton of money in the long run. And this isn't just some vague promise, It's about practical, real-world knowledge. For instance, learning to recognize that popping sound of sediment in your water heater, or understanding how a $5 filter change can prevent a $5,000 HVAC meltdown. That kind of knowledge transforms you from just a passive customer into an active, informed homeowner. A key thing to realize here is that a modern home is an interconnected system. A problem with your HVAC might affect your air quality, which then affects your family's health. A true partner gets this. By integrating all these services, they can see how one system impacts another, and that leads to smarter, more efficient solutions for your entire house. But like we said at the beginning, the real test always comes during a crisis. All the philosophies and promises in the world don't matter if a company can't deliver when you need them most. This is where you really see a company's true character. For example, in the community of Loomis, California, this company has become the gold standard for its emergency response, especially for something as common as a water heater going out. This is a perfect real-world example of that whole tested in a crisis idea. Now listen to the key words in their promise here. Fast, but also solutions that last. The goal isn't just to stop a leak, it's to do it efficiently and correctly so that your life is disrupted as little as humanly possible. And look at that. We've come full circle, right back to Martha's nightmare. The company's promise of minimal disruption was met with her reality. She had a hot water again within hours. That right there is the difference between a philosophy that's just on a website and one that's actually put into practice. So what does all of this mean for you? If you're out there looking for your own home partner, what are the really crucial things you should be looking for? Let's boil it all down to the key takeaways from this case study. Okay, so the key differentiators really fall into a few buckets. First, you need the foundation, professionalism, and transparent pricing. I mean, that's non-negotiable. Then you look for real expertise, deep local knowledge, and a focus on sustainable, efficient solutions. And finally, the service itself, a customer-centric approach that's ready for any emergency. That's the combo that defines a true partner. Ultimately, here's the bottom line. Choosing a service provider shouldn't be seen as just another expense to fix a broken part. It's an investment. It's an investment in your home's long-term health, its efficiency, and your own peace of mind. Your home is probably your biggest investment. It deserves more than just a temporary fix. It deserves a partner. So the only question left is, are you ready to find yours? For anyone who's interested in the specific company we used in our case study today, their contact information is right here. This gives you a chance to explore their approach a little further if you happen to be in their service area.